Okay, so we're going to talk about the Earth now. Alright, so Earth is the only planet known to sustain life because why? So, what are the 3 reasons? Presence of
This is from the sun.
liquid water, So the presence of liquid water, the distance from the sun, and layer of atmosphere, air. Yeah, so we have the atmosphere. Okay. So 4.5 billion years ago, Earth was a giant red hot boiling sea of molten rock. And then what happened? Earth what? Earth cooled down, and then that's when the crust formed. And then what was emitted that led to our atmosphere?
What was emitted that way?
Volcanic eruptions were emitted and it led to our atmosphere, which mainly consists of
Nitrogen.
Carbon dioxide, water vapor, and okay, so yeah, volcanoes emit carbon dioxide, water vapor, and sulfur. So then it rains and it rains and it rains, and what formed?
Ocean.
The ocean. Right. And then their undersea volcanoes formed what? Right, islands. Yeah. Okay, so then a billion years later, what happened? Yeah, life began. So what were the first organisms? Yeah, prokaryotes, and then eukaryotes, which were photosynthetic bacteria. So I just have a picture of bacteria. Okay. So now we're going to talk about the layers of the Earth. There's the atmosphere, the geosphere, and who remembers what's within the geosphere? So the lithosphere is within the geosphere, then there's the hydrosphere, and then any life found on these is
Biosphere.
the biosphere. Okay, so the atmosphere is a thin layer of what?
Gas.
Gas, yeah. Okay. And it's made up of 78% nitrogen, 21% oxygen, and 8% what? And
What makes clouds? What makes it low?
Oh, water vapor.
argon.
I have to interject here and say it's actually not 8%. It's less than 1%. So if you scratch that out. So and this is important. Make sure that says 1%. Because, and I should talk lower. A minute amount of your atmosphere is what's causing the majority of the problems on Earth. Because we got nitrogen and we know is a good thing, oxygen is a good thing, and then you've got this little teeny weeny percentage that's causing all our major air problems or global air problems.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Yeah.
Still recording.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
that's okay. I wanted it to record. So greenhouse gases include
Yeah. Greenhouse gases include what?
Excuse me.
CO2, H2O,
CH4.
CH4, and nitrogen. Wait. Okay, so now we're going to talk about the layers of the atmosphere, and I have a picture, like you see all the layers. So the closest one to the Earth is the troposphere. So it's closest to land. That's where weather occurs, where greenhouse gases are found, and where you see planes flying. The next one is stratosphere. So that's like the ozone layer, and sources from the sun, UV rays. Okay. Then the next one, which is the coldest and largest, is the Hydrosphere. And then Thermosphere, which is the hottest layer. And then the last layer is the Ionosphere / Exosphere, and it's full of ions. Okay, so can anybody give me like a definition for the Hydrosphere?
Water and all.
Yeah, so it's Earth's water distribution. So what percent of Earth is water?
70%. 71.
About 70. Yeah, I have 70, but like 71. Okay. 97% of that water is salt water. I have written down. And then 3% of that is fresh water. Yeah. So 69% of fresh water is glaciers and ice caps, 30% is underground, and less than 1% is easily accessible. And then 87% of surface water is what?
87.
Thanks. Okay, so 97% of the Earth's water is salt water from the ocean. 3% of it is fresh water. And then the fact about lakes, just forget that because we don't even know that.
Where's most of the fresh water?
In glaciers and ice caps.
Which is what? Fresh water, that's what?
Not accessible.
Okay.
Yeah,
Trapped,
trapped.
unavailable.
Okay, so the geosphere. So, can anybody give me a definition for the geosphere? Yeah, it's like the land part of the Earth. So there's a picture. Okay, so we're going to talk about the parts of the geosphere. So there's the core, which is the center. It's made of iron, liquid, and solid. And what's the temperature?
Extreme hot.
Hot, yeah, extremely hot. Okay, the mantle is the middle part of the Earth, made up of what? Magma. It's mainly rock. And there's like a picture of magma. Okay, and then the crust is the outer layer of the Earth, and composed of what? Tectonic plates. Yeah. Okay, so what is the upper mantle and the crust? Lithosphere, yeah. So 71% of that is oceanic crust. And then 29% is what? Continental crust, yeah. Okay, very good. Okay, so okay, so we're going to talk about tectonic plates, and I have a picture there that I think is pretty cool, and it shows all the parts better. Okay, so tectonic plates can move. So can anybody tell me about the Ring of Fire?
That's really good.
It's like a certain region.
It's really hot.
It's where the Pacific plate meets up with different plates of the Earth. The North American plate, the Japan plate. I don't know the other names, but it's right in the Union, and that's where there's increased volcanic activity.
Right, yeah. It's like a ring of volcanoes in the Pacific. Okay. So, for a plate movement, what rises and spreads out across the surface? Magma, yeah. And then it cools and sinks, and it draws plates attached to it at intervals. And what does that cause? Like another word for shifting is plate tectonics, yeah. Okay, so what is the first kind of movement for shifting?
Transformers, like the faults that slide past each other.
Converge.
Okay, convergence is the second one. The process is called subduction for conversion. The first one was transform. So you can see in the picture like what the movement is. Yeah, and then convergent they go towards each other, and then the last one, divergent, which they're going opposite directions, and that kind of movement can lead to the formation of oceanic ridges.
Go.
Okay, so the original layout of the Earth was what? Pangea, yeah. And it was one big supercontinent, and there's a picture of what it looked like. And then plate shifting led to the formation of, yeah, I have land formation, but yeah.
That's important. Don't forget that the birth of Earth was caused by volcanic activities, which are caused by plate shifting. So you go all the way back to every single part of Earth is a direct result of the plate shifting. Can this continue? This change?
Yeah.
It's been changed.
Like been 6 times.
Small little changes that you don't feel, but they show over years. Okay.
Last one. So when magma reaches the crust, what is that? And then volcano. Like lava, yeah, lava is the second one. When magma reaches the Earth's surface, it's called lava. And then, what occurs when the floor suddenly rises or drops? Tsunami. And there's a picture of a volcano and a tsunami.